What's up, y'all? We're back out here on the range on a bright sunny day. Temperature's supposed to warm up on me, but I got a really nice breeze blowing for right now, so it should be a good day to get some testing done. I've got a few interesting things planned out here, and the first one's gonna be some new 5.7 by 28. So we got the jelly contraption set up, ready to roll with the 2 chronos and 2 fresh blocks of gel. No tests at all done in these so far, so you get a nice clear picture of what happens. Heavy clothing barrier, of course, with a layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And what we got for this one is something that was sent to me by somebody who wanted to remain anonymous. I really appreciate them sending this stuff my way because it's incredibly hard to get. I can't find it anywhere online right now, as a matter of fact. As you can see, we got the Hornady critical defense, but it's in 5.7 by 28. Now, if y'all have watched much of my channel at all, y'all know I'm not a huge fan of this 5.7 by 28. It definitely has its certain use cases with the right ammo. The problem is the right ammo ain't out there readily available at all. You have to pay up big time and get the boutique stuff to get any kind of advantage out of this round. And personally, I just don't even see it then. It's just very limited use case. It gets the job done no matter what, just like anything else, but I think there are far better rounds that do the same job. But nonetheless, I know a lot of people do like this round and a lot of companies are jumping on it, in my opinion, just taking advantage of the coolness of it right now. But we'll see how this one works out. Again, we got the critical defense 5.7 by 28. Now this is their 40 grain FTX projectile. You can see the cartridge there. Looks like all the other critical defense with that insert there in the FTX projectile. Now the ballistics on this is saying 1810 feet per second at the muzzle, and that's out of a 4.8 inch barrel according to their website. Now what we're testing it out of here today, the first thing, I've got the PSA Rock 5.7. This is a 4.7 inch barrel, so right there at that 4.8 inch. This should hit those velocities, but I would be almost willing to bet it's not going to. It's just the way it usually is. So we got that one, and then we're gonna speed things up with a long boy here. We got the PS90 with the 16 inch barrel, 16 inch including the brake and shroud and all that jazz. So I think with just rifle barrel, I think it's just a little over 13 and some change. So even though 5.7 by 28 in general ain't really my cup of tea, this should be really interesting. So let's get it all set up and see what it does. All right, let's see if we can get some velocities from these things. I'm gonna try to do a 5-round average on both of them, starting with this Rock 5.7 first. Reason I say try is the velocity that this stuff is claiming is right in between the handgun and rifle range for this thing right here. So I'm expecting them to be slower than what the box says. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So I've got it in the lower range. I may have to switch it to the upper range if it starts giving us trouble, but we should be okay. So I'm gonna try to do a 5-round average. Now, if y'all not familiar with this lab radar at all, you're gonna get multiple velocity readings, the large numbers from your muzzle, then you got 5 across the bottom. The first one's set for 3 yards, which is roughly where the gel is here at 10 feet, and then you got 10, 15, 25, and 50. Let's see what we get. Now the box, remember, saying 1810 from 4.8. This is 4.7, so there's no excuse not to get that, but I seriously doubt we will. Change of plan. The first 2 rounds already was giving me crazy readings. Not correct at all, I can promise you. So I've got 3 more loaded up here. I switched it over to the higher range, so hopefully we'll get some readings. Either way, I don't have a lot of these, so I'm not going to keep running, try to get the 5 readings at all. So hopefully we'll get some here. If not, I've always got this chrono, so we're going to get the one at the gel, but I want to get at least a few here if I can. I knew this was going to happen just because of what it was claiming. There we go, 1855. So this stuff ain't as slow as I was expecting. I was expecting down in the 1600s. 1822 and 1805. So right there at what they're claiming. I'm gonna leave it at 3 just because I don't have that many. Let's check out the average. All right, so that was totally my fault, just underestimating what I was gonna get from this stuff. So the 3-round average there was 1827, so it met and exceeded that box velocity. We had an extreme spread of 51 with a standard deviation of 25.8. So good to see so far that it's actually meeting those speeds. I think that's gonna give us some good performance in the gel. Let's get it reset and see what the longer barrel does. All right, let's see what it does from the long boy here. I suspect this is gonna be easily over 2K from this right here. Let's see what we get, y'all. It's awkward trying to get this thing on the radar. 2300, 2288, 2334, 2296, And 2333, so definitely well over 2K and had no problem at all feeding them. Let's check out this average. All right, so sure enough, moving on out that time, 5-round average was 2,310 feet per second, an extreme spread of 46 and a standard deviation of 21.7. So that's definitely gonna do its thing in the gel. That may even fragment that FTX projectile. So 2310 there, and if you remember on the rock, it was 1827, so that's what? 483 feet per second difference. I mean, that is huge right there. Now, it's a big barrel difference, but that's huge right there. I suspect we're going to see a big difference in performance in the gel because of that too. I think both of them are going to do a great job for what they are. Again, it may not be what I like to see, but I think they are going to do a good job. Let's get this stuff reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's does 5.7 critical defense even make sense jelly time. I'm going to put one of each into the gel, starting with this rock first. I expect good performance just for what they are, like I already said, but let's see what happens. All right, that should have been a good one right there. Let me go see what I got. All right, y'all, not a surprise. That stuff did a great job down there. Really nice job, actually. Well, let's see what this PS90 does. I'm expecting a good bit of fragmentation from this right here. We got a little bit right there, so this one right here is probably gonna give us some more, but let's see what happens. All right, that should have been another good one. Let's go down there and check these things out. All right, let's check out what we got down here, y'all. Now, if you've watched my channel much, you know me. Even if I don't like something or don't care for the way it performs, if it does perform properly, I still give credit where credit's due. And let me tell you something right now. This stuff right here performed absolutely perfect for what it was supposed to do. This is some really nice performance right here. Especially this first one on the top here out of the Rock 5.7. It comes in here, immediate expansion, no doubt about it. It had a nice energy transfer too, because it slung that cloth off the block like it does when you get a nice energy transfer. So really nice disruption almost all the way through its track here, goes on through here, and it stops at least 15 inches, maybe a hair more, but 15 inches for sure. And you've got some very nice expansion from that round. And then of course down below it, that's the one out of the PS90, comes in here again, massive energy dump. What's really interesting here is you didn't really get much fragmentation. You got some for sure, you can see it there, but you didn't get a whole lot more out of this PS90. You do have some more jacket here, but what you got a whole lot more of is the little polymer insert. I mean, it went all to pieces. There's no telling how many pieces. It almost disintegrated. It was moving so fast. So came on through here, big energy dump right here, keeps on trucking. Now you definitely got a lot less penetration with this one. Looks like you might be at about 12 inches with this one, and again some very nice expansion. So as far as your penetration here, the one from the 5.7 Rock is sure enough 15.25 inches. So absolutely beautiful, perfect performance on that one right there. And then from the PS90, you're actually at 11.25, so a little short there, but that's still a heck of a performance from that critical defense. And here's your closer look. You can probably see down on the bottom tons of fragmentation as far as the actual polymer insert. Not a whole lot of lead and jacket, although there is some. You can see up there's a little on that top one too, but keep on going. Very nice expansion right there from the PS90. And then the one from the 5.7 Rock, same thing, really nice expansion. Top view's a little tricky because of how new this block is. It's a little wrinkled and these things are almost stacked, but more of the same. As you can see, fantastic disruption and transfer through here, all the way through for the 5.7 Rock. There's the round, and then down there at the bottom again, that was the PS90. All right, let's take a look at these projectiles, y'all. Definitely a big difference in these things right here. This one is from the PS90. This is from the 5.7 Rock. Both of them really nice expansion and big time expansion, but way more from this PS90. You can see, I mean, the jacket, the pedals are almost gone from this PS90, peeled back all the way to the base, whereas the Rock here, It's definitely got some super nice expansion, but you got a whole lot more as far as a big base left on this one. Now that being said, I still think we got about the same weight here, believe it or not. You can just tell the difference in size and the way it expanded, but I don't think this one lost a whole lot more material. But let's find out for sure. They both started at 40. This one from the 5.7 Rock is at 35.4, so not a whole lot of loss there. I didn't figure it lost a whole lot. This one from the PS90 is at 34.0, so not a big difference. There is some difference, but not a big difference at all. And then as far as the sizes on them, we'll start with the 5.7 Rock here. You got 3.38 and 3.48, so nice expansion on that one there. And then from the PS90, you got 3.69 and 3.79, so there's your difference as far as close to the same weight, but a big difference in the way they look. And there you go, y'all, a 5.7 by 28 Hornady Critical Defense. Very interesting stuff here. Really nice performance stuff. Does this change my mind as far as overall opinion on 5.7 by 28? Not really, because again, my opinion is 5.7 by 28 had a specific use and still really does have a specific use. And unfortunately, the ammo we can get, even if it performs well like this, is just not made for that specific use. Now, what I will say is if 5.7 by 28 was something that I was carrying for whatever reason, if I had to, if it's all I had, if I just wanted to carry that, after seeing the performance from this stuff right here, I think this right here would be my carry around for 5.7 by 28. Now, it's incredibly expensive, I will say that, so I don't think it's worth what it costs regardless, but if I was invested in 5.7 by 28 and absolutely set on carrying it, this right here would be a really nice option. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up right there for this first test of the day of a pretty doggone good 5.7 by 28 round. This one definitely surprised me without a doubt. I expected the velocities to be a whole lot lower than what they were claiming, because I've seen it in the past from other 5.7 by 28 just not loaded up to speed. This stuff was loaded to every bit of what they said and then some. Fantastic performance in the gel, really nice expansion. It held mostly together and still got some really nice penetration. So again, this ain't changing my mind in general on carrying 5.7 by 28 by any means, but if I was carrying 5.7 by 28, I think this is the best we've seen as far as commercial, readily available, off the shelf type of stuff. I think this is easily the best we've seen. But let me know down in the comments what y'all think about it. Those of y'all especially that do carry 5.7 by 28, what do you think about the performance from this stuff? What are you carrying, and is this something right here you would consider once you can, or if you can, get a hold of it? If you did enjoy the video, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got your notifications turned on so you get notified when I upload new stuff. Take a minute if you're doing some shopping and check out those affiliate links I've got in the video description. Anything you buy after hitting those links up down there, I get a kickback from them toward the channel, so I really do appreciate that. Those y'all in the market for some ear pro, you're looking for some good ear pro, these axles are incredibly nice. This is 3 years now going on using these things. Very nice. I could not do without these things. I've got some links down there, so check those out if you're interested. Big thanks again to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got a couple more really interesting tests planned for out here today, so stay on the lookout for those. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.